welcome into the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. I am Joe Abraham, and I am sitting across from my very own spaceman, Chewy.
Good morning, Joe Abraham.
Good morning, my friend. How are you today?
I'm just giddy.
I would bet that you are. It's a Therapy Thursday here on the starting lineup, and you can get involved in the show at 931-967-3500. You can text the show as well at 931-305-5611. And you can also head on over to the ESPN Winchester Facebook page, where you can pull up the FMO Facebook feed and watch the show. We are in studio, so you can get a look at us in all our glory. And then you can recognize us when we go out in the public. You can say, hey, there's Chewy from the morning show.
So Brett Crabtree already in, like always.
Brett's also famous, if you didn't know. But you couldn't pick him out of a lineup. Because he's only actually been in studio with us once.
I know. Isn't that a shame? We need to change that.
So I did want to throw this out there as well. Go on over to 931go.com if you haven't checked out our news resource for you guys and the layout that is over there. It is absolutely tremendous, and our whole staff works in and out of that thing, posting articles and news updates and intake reports and obituaries and all the things. Katie also is out and about. She's taking pictures, so there's photo galleries of Franklin County athletics and other things.
Free photo galleries,
yeah,
by the way.
Free. Good point. And if you're a parent of one of these kids and you see a picture of one of the student athletes that you want, feel free to reach out, because she'll send those to you, no questions asked. I encourage you as well, if you do not have the ESPN Radio Winchester WCDT smartphone app, you really need to download that. Go to the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. If you've got, an Android device, you go to the Google Play Store, like Chewy.
Yeah, well, not all of us can have a brain. But Brett Crabtree jumped in saying, did I just get an invite to come back?
Lock the door. No, we can't lock the door because Winchester City Mayor Sean Crabtree is going to be in studio here very shortly.
Speaking of which, should we light a candle for him?
Probably. We need to open up the doors and the windows. I'm pretty sure something died under the station,
like directly under where we all sit.
Oh gosh,
it's wild.
Yeah, we'll probably do that here shortly. So hey, if you go run into Katie's office, real quick, there is a box in the corner, and it has a lighter in it.
Okay.
If you want to go grab that. Seriously.
Okay.
Yesterday, after the show, and I don't know if it was because I've got the stomach bug that's been going around. I don't think so. I don't think that's it. I think it was we finished the show, and I walked out in the front yard and basically was dry heaving. It doesn't smell that bad. It's just gross. But there's nothing. What are we going to do about it? Does anybody want to crawl under the building and go hunt a dead animal? Yeah, that'll work. So we're just going to put up with it till the smell goes away. It'll go away, right? We'll cover it up till it goes away, right? Hopefully it's not like a homeless person. Oh, God. That'd be really bad. No, it doesn't smell that intense.
No, I think it was...
It smells like a small animal.
I think it's probably... So there's some cats around here, so I wouldn't be surprised if a cat got a hold of something and crawled under there. Lambo's here saying, Castleman's brought us a lot of new equipment. If you don't lift, your wife has a girlfriend.
Something like that, yeah. I haven't gotten a chance to see the new equipment yet.
Have you been?
Chewy's going to get a chance real soon.
I know. You're right. I keep that in man. It's like a specter hovering behind me all the time.
Yeah.
And I think about it like I'll be like just sitting down.
Wakes up and go cold sweat
about
having to go to the gym with me. So download the smartphone app, and you can take us with you wherever you go. And the great thing about the smartphone app is you hook it right up to your vehicle.
Listen to us on the way home.
Yeah, and you sound well on the way home if you're like working third shift, but on the way to on the way to work, and you sound like you're right in the studio with us. The sound is tremendous. You can hear us in all your glory. The way that we were meant to be.
Yeah.
And it is presented by the folks over there at High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas. So, Chewy, this morning, sorry, I didn't
you
mean
go
to
ahead.
cut you off.
No, I was just gonna.
I was going to get into the whole thing.
Oh, go for it.
So this morning you were talking to Dr. Brad Shapiro of Ultimate Health about kidney stones.
Yes.
Now, what made you bring that up?
It is a primal fear of mine. I am genuinely afraid of the concept of a kidney stone.
Yeah. We got a caller?
It says anonymous, so.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, be careful. We might have to answer some of these.
April Fool's was yesterday.
Yeah.
So if you want a prank call, do it yesterday.
If you do want to call in, don't use an anonymous line, but you can call in at 931-967-3500.
But yeah, it is a primal fear of mine. Kidney stones. I've heard nothing good about them.
No.
And I've dodged them my whole life, which is weird.
Good for you, my friend. I have not.
I know. Like, that's what I'm saying. And, like, now I'm middle-aged, so here we go.
I am, I've got it coming at me from both sides. My grandfather has always had kidney problems. And my mother has always had kidney stone problems. And I've had multiple kidney stones. I'm pretty sure, I hope I'm to the point where now my body's so used to them that they just like pass it. I did have one, I know it's probably about a year ago. I didn't even know I had it until it came out. Like I was kind of in pain.
You were like, why does my side hurt? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And then I knew when it came out.
Do you hear Doc's weird remedy, though? Like,
no.
Possible? He said drink 3 Cokes and blended asparagus.
Huh.
The asparagus apparently helps, like, lubricate the urinary tract.
Okay.
But the phosphoric acid in the Coke helps to break up some of the crystals.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird remedies that you can do to help try and get rid of that type of stuff. I had a really, when I was younger, had a really bad kidney stone experience. And so I had been lying in bed for days on end. And I went in, initially I knew it was a kidney stone because I had already had one before. And so I went in, they're like, yeah, you got a kidney stone. Good for you. So they sent me home, and they said it'll pass on its own.
Ugh.
Likely. And it didn't. So I went back like 3 days later after writhing in pain for 3 days. I go in, and they're like, oh, well, let's scan and see how far it's moved. Hadn't moved an inch. Hadn't moved at all.
Wow.
So they said to me, well, we can do a couple of different things. We can, like, shoot it with our big laser, which it wasn't really a big kidney stone. What kidney stones do is as they move down the tube, I can't remember.
Urinary tract.
Yeah, that thing.
The kidney tube.
There's an actual name for it. But as they move down that tube from the kidney to the bladder, they irritate the tube, and that's what causes the pain, is like the blockage and all the things. It's not actually the pain from the stone. It's the irritation that it causes, and it doesn't have to be very big to do that. So this thing was causing all this pain. And then they said, or we can go up, option number 2, since it's so small and our laser might be ineffective. Option number 2 is we go up and we retrieve it. I want you to think through that for a second. You go up and retrieve it. Go up through what, my friend?
Exactly. Is it exactly what happened?
It's exactly what I described.
Oh, no.
And so, yeah, they're like, well, we go up. We go into the out. And so I actually opted for option number 2. They went up into the out. And that wasn't the bad part. What happened afterwards was they left a like a tube in my tube from my kidneys to my bladder to ensure that the flow from my kidneys to my bladder would continue working. And this is probably a little bit too much information, But then they wanted an easy retrieval method, right? You got to have an easy retrieval method for the tube. You don't want to have to do surgery to remove the tube.
Got a guy here says he wants to be on the show.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of my my kidney stone
You're
story.
in the middle of the kidney story. But
Mid-kidney stone.
He says it's AC.
Oh, God.
Go ahead, AC.
AC, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Good, sir. How you feeling? Thank you so much for taking my call, man.
I am tremendous. What have you been up to? You been bothering my father lately?
He's a nice guy. All right, let's start with this. Of course I bother him. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
have to, right? He's a nice dude. You guys are nice kids. John does a great job. I'm talking about your little brother. You know, there's no other John out there. But how have you been, man? How have you been?
I'm good. It's good to hear from you. So for people who don't know who AC is and don't listen to the
They
Tom,
know.
they should. He's a frequent caller on the Tom Abraham Show, which is on from 10 to noon. So if you don't know who AC is, you're missing out on the Tom Abraham Show. You're also missing out on this guy. But it's good to hear from you, my friend.
It's good to hear. I listen to Mr. Ryan Fowler. I call his show. He's a very nice dude. All the haters, they know who I am. I mean, you don't have to introduce. I mean, you're selling me. I can sell myself every day, baby. So what are we doing? We're talking about Bama, right? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Bama basketball went home. I mean, the irony, man, you know, they lost to Michigan, the football team, back-to-back. And the funny thing is, basketball team of Michigan took care of them. I mean, what are we going to talk about next? Golf? Soccer? What are we talking about today?
Well, right now I was just giving a story about my kidney stone removal that happened a while back, but we can talk about whatever you want to, my friend.
Oh, kidney stone. Well, you better get on a diet. I'm going to put Ryan Fowler on a diet. Kidney stones are a very serious thing, man. Take good care of yourself. You're still a young dude, and I'm trying to get you on Mr. Fowler's show like your dad. Your dad has a blood pressure up. You know, I like that. I like to get him going. But, you know, we got to educate him a little bit more because he does all his thing, but he doesn't do it like his two sons. But again, I'm going to call in when I can, and I'll listen. You know, I'll try to be a regular caller, and I appreciate you. And guess what? I got all the haters. Hopefully, I got a little bit more after today.
Hey,
thank you so much, man.
I appreciate you. Hey, download the AC. Download the smartphone app. You can do it in your Google Play or Apple App Store, and just search WCDT Radio, and you'll be able to download our app.
I cannot wait for this, and hopefully I can get more and more haters. Thank you, man. God bless you. All right, Mr. Producer, thank you so much. All right, I appreciate you too.
Anytime.
Thank you.
That's AC. Goodness gracious. Okay.
Is it AC Slater? That's what Brett's asking?
No, it's just AC.
It's just AC. Okay.
AC. That boy.
All right. Well,
somebody gave him our number, and that's not a good thing. AC, I think he's in Alabama.
I'm betting Alabama.
I think he's in Alabama. Good.
Okay.
Good
He
morning.
wants to talk Bama. Good morning.
How
Good
are you
morning,
today?
gentlemen. I'm good. I'm hoping we could get away from because I'm with Chewy, man. That's a big fear that I have. The stones. No.
Well,
never had them. Hope I never do.
Oh,
Okay, so I got to
To
finish
me,
up.
it's got to be right up there with like childbirth.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
I'm sure it is. I got to finish the story though. Okay, so to turn that phone pot off. So okay, so Chewy, they go up, guys, and they
Yeah, I don't
retrieve
wanna
the
think
kidney
about that.
stone,
Yeah.
and then they leave a tube from your kidneys to your bladder. They leave like a little straw with two curlicues on the end, because again, I said the tube gets irritated and it closes up, and that blockage is what causes the pain. So if you've got a little straw in there, now the urine can pass from one to the other, and
So it's still in there.
so they leave it in there for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
They leave this little tube
Wow.
in there because they want you to heal up and things.
Wow.
Well, then they got to get away. There's got to be a way to go up and retrieve the tube,
Oh
The straw.
the straw.
So you got to go back
Oh
up
my
there and get it.
gosh.
No, they leave a piece of like fishing
Oh my God.
line
No way.
tied to
You're
it,
Kidding me.
Like an IUD or something?
and
my
the
God.
and the fishing line
Sorry.
the fishing line comes out
oh my gosh.
you
Oh,
like you got a zipper.
good
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Yeah. And I didn't know all this beforehand. They just said they were going to go up and get it. And I come out and I'm like, what is this thing hanging out of me?
Oh, my God.
Okay, so none of that's the worst part. Even having the thing in you
It's
for
not bad enough.
for 2 weeks. You know how uncomfortable it is to
can't
have
imagine.
something hanging out of you for 2 weeks?
I
Like
could
that?
imagine.
Yeah. Okay, so then the worst part is
Oh my God.
then they got to remove it, right? So you go in, and again, I'm expecting to go in, and the doctor is going to somehow remove it. No, the doctor sends in a young lady nurse, and the young lady nurse has a young lady learning nurse. I don't know.
Oh, you were doing like the training, yeah.
Yeah. So this young lady walks in and she's like, "Hey, take off your pants and get up on the table." And I'm like, "Okay." So I do that. She leaves the room. She comes back, and I'm covered in my little gown thingy. And she's like, "So this is so and so. She's gonna be training with, and is it okay if she watches?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
And I'm like, sure, why not? Because this is not embarrassing enough. So she's telling me that she's going to, well, first I got to do this, and then I got to do that, and it's like this whole process. And she's like, and then I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to pull the thing out. And I'm like, okay. And so she's like working down there. She grabs the string, and she's like, okay, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to untie it, and then I'm going to, and she didn't count.
Mm-hmm. She just pulled.
No warning.
Oh, no.
She just ripped that sum right out of me. And so the only response that you can give when something like that happens, you can't scream like you're Ellen DeGeneres or something like that. You can't. I mean, you.
Yeah.
No. It took my breath away, and when it came back, I just started laughing.
Because it hurt so bad?
Not only because it hurt so bad, but because of the whole situation.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what she just did to me.
Yeah.
B, this other girl standing right there, and I'm laughing, and they look at each other because it was a response that you could tell they had never gotten before. And so now they're uncomfortably laughing, worried that they just, ripped this thing out of a psychopath or something. I couldn't wrap my head around it. And I still, to this day, speaking of Therapy Thursday, I need therapy for that event. You're talking about your concern about kidney stones. I hope I gave you more nightmares, my friend. That's what you get. You traitor posting all these YouTube videos, making me have to look. Anyway.
That's a horrible, horrible story. I really hope I can forget that.
What a way to start Therapy Thursday.
It's worse in real life than the story was. I hope all the painted pictures that I painted for you this morning follow you around and haunt you.
Hey, Winchester Mayor Summer, after what's been going on in Winchester
What's
lately?
up with you?
Man, I got no kidney stones, thank God.
Good for you.
Oh, my gosh. That was a horrible story. Yeah, I can't imagine.
See, aren't you? That's what happens when you
on
miss
so
a week.
many levels.
That's your punishment for missing last week.
I got to hear the kidney stone horror story.
Oh, man. Okay.
What's happening, guys?
So speaking of last week, last Thursday you've had a lot of things going on, so you got good reasons why. But last Thursday, we got a chance to celebrate, and if people haven't seen the marker downtown, Dinah Shore.
It was really I was so honored that I was asked to say a few words at that, and I had no idea. I don't think people realize how accomplished this woman was.
Right.
I mean, my goodness. We've got some famous folks that are from this area, but man, I think she takes the cake. She had a TV show from 1951 until 1991, right?
Yeah, it was something.
It was a variety show.
It was like her act, also like her singing and
Singing,
all
which
kinds of stuff.
she had songs and
Chewy,
she's on the big screen.
For you to get streets named after you and get a marker downtown.
Yeah.
What are we, like 18, 19, 20 months into this thing? You got to go like 38 more years.
Well, I don't think I'm going to live that long, but I'll keep going.
Worst case scenario, I'll prop you up. We'll do like the whole
Weekend at Bernie's
thing.
Sure, I like it.
It was a good time. I got to meet her grandson.
Yeah, really.
He flew in, specifically for that event, and then they unveiled the marker. And this is a thing that the state of Tennessee is doing, economic development. I think it's called Musical Pathways, and so really you can follow, all of the famous people from Tennessee. You can follow their whole path.
Cool.
And
So
you go
like
from
the
person
Dolly
to
Partons and
Dolly
the
and
Elvis
and Dinah and
and if you go up to Nashville, you see those things all over the place. And what do we we got like 2 of them here?
We have 2 of them. Yeah,
in town?
Mike Ferris. I think Mike was my age, maybe a year younger, a couple years younger. Somebody will correct us on that, but yeah, I mean Mike's an accomplished guy too. But I mean Dinah Shore is on a totally different level. I mean, golly. Of course, Mike's still young. Maybe he'll get there, but Dinah's Is that a lighter? What is that?
It's
gotcha. Okay, I see.
It's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I had to run. I wasn't able to stay for lunch. I really wanted to hear some stories that he had about his grandmother and and their relationship and all of that.
Right.
What an unbelievably accomplished woman. I was telling the story. I don't know. You were there.
Yeah.
Did you hear me tell the story about Michael McDonald?
Yeah.
Michael McDonald of the Doobie Brothers. He owns the building right beside me, and just a real quick story.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was in my office one day, and I was showing him pictures that I have on the in my office of the history of the square and my building and other buildings and so forth, and he was looking at the building right beside me, and I said, I'm pretty sure that Dinah Shore's parents had their store there. I'm pretty sure that was the place. Now, I came to find out later that was not the case. They were in 3 different locations, but that was not one of them. They were right beside where the coffee shop is now.
Yeah,
that was their first location. Something happened to that. They moved to a second location, which was also on my street there on First Avenue Northwest. And then something burned. I think that one of the buildings burned that they were in, and so they actually built also on First Avenue, a couple doors down from the Oldham Theater. They actually built what is now Lynch and Lynch. They built that building.
Really?
Yeah, her parents built that building. But yeah, so I was telling Michael McDonald the story, and he's like, "Oh my gosh," he was so moved by that, and he went into telling me stories about when he was a young kid. He first appeared on her show. He was like in his 20s. Well, she at the time was dating Burt Reynolds after a divorce, and of course he was like years, I think decades, younger.
Yeah, he was a lot
younger than Dinah, and Michael McDonald was even younger than him. And so she was asking questions, and he was just, he's like, I was so starstruck, and I was embarrassed, and I was red faced, and I was just a young kid, and the media was saying she was flirting with me. Well, then the story went wild. And he's like, I was afraid Burt Reynolds was going to kick my butt. And he went into this story where I'm probably boring you guys, but
no.
He went into a story where he was having dinner with David Soul, who was Starsky and Hutch. I think he was Hutch. I can't remember what Starsky's name was, but he was eating with both those guys, and Burt Reynolds walked in.
Oh, no.
He's like, oh, my gosh, I'm going to get my butt kicked.
Cool.
But evidently they had a drink, and it was okay. So, what a cool story.
That is so neat. I think people also don't you're right, though. They don't realize, like, Dinah Shore was, like, A-lister,
man.
in that old Hollywood thing.
Oh,
she
my
was,
gosh.
like, one of the top dogs.
Joy Gallagher, who is the historian, who is just a wonderful, wonderful wealth of information. You guys really should have her on. She's pretty incredible. But she did months of research and put together a presentation for Dinah's grandson. And she cut it over to a DVD and gave it to him and all that. And I was looking at all those things. I mean, guys, there's pictures of her with, Bob Hope, Jimmy Durante, Judy Garland, the biggest, Dean Martin, the biggest names of the time. She was right there with them from Winchester. What about that?
That is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is really cool. And, again, one of the things that I love about them placing the marker and, some of the work that's been done here as of late is, and we talk about building culture and traditions and things like that. Well, celebrating our past is part of how we do that. And we do. Yesterday I was talking about the number of NFL players that have been born, not only just born in Franklin County, but also played in Franklin County.
Yep.
And all these other areas, they claim to be so great, not to name any names, but they think that they're so good. And we got out of all these other places combined, we got more NFL football players that have played here. But you'd never know it, because we don't necessarily do a great job of getting it out there. But these types of things, that's what carries that on and sends that message when other people come to town.
Yeah, it's a source of pride, I think, for all of us. There's no question about that. But you bring up a good point. It's an opportunity to, dive in and
I want to
and
learn
see your
more about
roots.
her. I don't know enough about
Yeah.
her. And that, it made that like stick out in my mind. Like, I want to spend some time researching this woman.
Yeah, the presentation that Miss Joy put together, it went all the way back to her. I believe it was her grandparents, and they were originally from Ukraine.
Oh, wow.
And Russian immigrants and so forth. And just to go back to that story, the building that Michael McDonald, and I'm going to say this wrong, I'm sure Miss Joy will correct me, but the building that Michael McDonald purchased, it was owned by Paplanus, and if Joy's listening, she'll correct me. That's not the way you say it, but when Michael McDonald uncovered that front area there, the little foyer that connects with the sidewalk,
Right.
It's spelled out in the tile
In the floor.
right there. Yeah, and so Mr. Paplanus and Mr. Shore were both in the same kind of a business, and so they were friends, and the kids grew up. His kids grew up with Dinah and all that, and that's where I'd seen some of those pictures, and that's why I got confused with the building because they were buds.
What I need to do as well is research, because it's funny you say that where it's in the floor.
Mm-hmm.
The building right next door to us, so WCDT has been in this kind of footprint since its inception over 76 years ago or something
Wow.
like that. And so that building over there that the Christian bookstore is in the floor is tiled the WCDT.
That is
Yeah.
so cool.
But when you go back to Dinah Shore and her being from here and all the things, I'm sure that there's been overlap and connection at the time. She had
sure.
to have come in and done things with them or something
you should
along those lines.
research that.
Yeah, there's got to be.
There's got to be that's I never thought of that.
Anyway,
Because isn't this the oldest surviving business in Franklin County?
yeah,
I think
that's what I'm
so.
told.
Yeah, that's what we've heard.
Yeah.
It's either us, Hall Furniture, or
Hall's-
More
Hall
Furniture.
Furniture.
Hall's 1 year behind us. Mort Kortner is technically older than us, but I don't know as far as like changing names, changing hands,
right.
or even
Right.
whether or not they went away and then came back as something else or whatever the case is. I don't know. They've been around. The funeral home itself has been around in some way or another.
Right.
But I don't know if it's been the same business.
Right.
This has been the same business for over 76 years now.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Very cool.
all right, let's get a quick break in here. When we come back, we will get into some of the other things that you've got going on.
Cool.
You can fill us in. And, by the way, for folks that are wondering, we're going to break that new boat ramp in this weekend with the Tim's Ford Bass Classic. If you have not registered yet, there's still time available. But contact Jerry Freeman and the Tim's Ford Bass Club to do so. We'll be back on the other side with more from the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 106.9.
WCDT Winchester.
Spring is a season of renewal, and at High Point Health System, with Ascension St. Thomas, your health is always in season. From routine checkups to advanced care, their dedicated team is here to help you feel your best, today and every day. Compassionate care, backed by the strength of Ascension St. Thomas. This spring, take a moment for your health. Learn more or find a provider at highpointhealthsystem.com. High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas. Caring for you for every season of life.
Spring is in the air, and so are fresh new savings at Furniture Merchandise Outlet, FMO, right here in Tullahoma. Ready to refresh your space? From living rooms and bedrooms to dining sets and mattresses, FMO has the styles you want at prices you'll love. No long waits, no sticker shock. Just take it home today. Visit them at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma or browse anytime at FMOTN.com. Furniture Merchandise Outlet, where spring cleaning turns into a spring upgrade.
Starting off our morning in the mid-60s with it being nice and cloudy, but the sun will be popping out this afternoon with a high of 83 degrees. Southwest winds coming in from 5 to 15 miles per hour. Some gusts as high as 25 and a 10% chance of showers this afternoon. Stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 for all of your wild weather updates.
Hey folks, I'm Johnny Hand from WCDT, the home for Franklin County Athletics. From Friday night football to every big game in between, we're proud to bring you all the action that keeps our community cheering. Want to be part of that excitement? We'd love to talk with you about advertising and other great opportunities to support our local athletes. So give us a call today at 931-967-2201 or stop by the station at 1201 South College Street right here in Winchester. WCDT Winchester. We are Franklin County.
Choose More Courtney Funeral Home? Well, they're a fifth-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you, dedicated to providing personalized, professional, and compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. More Courtney Funeral Home, 300 First Avenue Northwest in Winchester, 967-2222. More Courtney Funeral Home.
We had a plan, and then the microphones came on. You're listening to the starting lineup on ESPN Radio 1340 1069, WCDT Winchester.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069.
Therapy Thursday.
It is Therapy Thursday. City Mayor Sean Crabtree in studio with Chewy and I this morning, bringing me gifts as he does every once in a while.
Andrew jumped in the chat saying Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, Andrew.
Making sure I'm staying healthy. He's telling me all his healthy secrets to avoid things like kidney stones.
Yeah. I'll probably die next week, but
no, you know, the health stuff has only been more of a recent development for me in the last few years. And I was one of those who did not care. You know, I was young and all the things. And
we
it
all
wasn't
were that way.
Wasn't until, you know, kind of like Chewy. You hit that certain age, you realize you gotta put some work in. You gotta invest in. You only get one body, right? he's hoping.
I can astral project, you know.
He's hoping.
You know. I saw a speaker recently who I can't remember his name, did a great job. But one of the things he said, you know, when we're born, we look like our parents. When we die, we look like our decisions.
Oh,
that is a mic drop.
Dropping some wisdom on us this morning.
That's pretty good.
When you're born, you look like your parents. When you die, you look like your decisions.
That's a good one. That's a T-shirt right there.
I don't know.
So we've got a lot of things that we can get into this morning.
Yes.
And in fact, I recently just caught wind of the fact that the city got a grant for the 4th of July fireworks and some of the things that are coming up. But what are some of the things that you got going on?
Well, you mentioned the ramp, which, by the way, does it not look awesome?
It looks tremendous.
I mean,
and they haven't even put the walkout things in yet.
Yeah,
those are going to be great.
So much more to go. But and the reason they're kind of pausing is just what you said, because of the tournament coming up.
Right.
And so you'll see the old dock there that I think they're going to use. I think my understanding is, at least in talking to Mr. Jolly yesterday, is they're probably going to leave that there through the fishing tournament. But then it's got to go because all the new docks are coming in.
Right.
Piers, docks, all of that stuff. You can still see those kind of parked over there. Still got restrooms coming up and paving and all sorts of things that are going to be happening there. Sidewalks, and they still got to put the bulkheads and all that kind of thing in. But yeah, we're excited about that. Let's see. You know, one of the things I'm mostly worried about is this deal over on Old Estill Road. And if you guys are traveling over that my apologies. We're working on getting that fixed, but we got to get through. We got to get away from the detour. So we got to get the Bible crossing thing finished. Which,
right.
By the way, they're getting close. They're kind of working on the last stretch over to Highway 130. When they get that done, then we'll be able to go back and do our fix on Old Estill Road. So,
okay.
Yeah. So that's what's happening. But lots of other stuff, good stuff. Got some new restrooms that just came in the campground over there on the backside of the city park.
Nice.
I have not seen them yet, but Mr. Jolly tells me that they are nice and they're going to be open. And so, yeah, met with TVA yesterday on some different things, and so probably going to have some maybe some things to talk about there down the road.
Very cool. You know, one of the things I came across the other day, as far as on social media, as far as basically, I came across somebody who was complaining about the whole development kind of situation. And we've had
You
this
mean at the ramp? Or?
No, just in general.
Just in general development.
And we've had this kind of conversation. And in fact, I've had this conversation with Chris Guess and a lot of folks who have come on here kind of reiterate the same point. But it's frustrating when you see people who jump on social media. You can't have your cake and eat it too, right? And what I mean by that is there was somebody who was complaining about politicians and the stance of politicians, and then they raised the point where you can either have a politician who wants controlled growth, which is what we've talked about, being very intentional, and then there's politicians, maybe it's public service, whoever, who just kind of will be okay with approving and putting things anywhere. But what it broke down to is it goes back to if you've got a piece of land or if you've got a farmer, you guys are not in the business of telling folks what to do with their business or with their land
or with their property
or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And you may be able to control certain zoning situations, but you can't tell somebody what they can put somewhere. And I guess talk about the balance between, because I know that you guys work on it every day. And it's not just from a zoning and those types of boards and all that. I mean, you talked about the new city engineer, and it affects everybody. When we talk about the strategy, the growth strategy, it goes into every facet of what you guys do. But talk a little bit about that.
That's 100% true. You know, it's a really difficult line to walk. I think everybody, well, I would say most people would be in favor of controlled growth as compared to disjointed, unorganized growth, right?
We call that Murfreesboro growth.
Right. I was just thinking of Murfreesboro. Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking about. But as you say, though, there are so many different moving parts to it, right? Like, you know, we have a plan, a land use plan, which says, hey, if you guys are going to grow over the next 25 years, you know, you ought to consider this over here to be industrial and this over here to be commercial and this to be residential and this could be mixed use and all of that. And that's kind of like the Bible that the planning and zoning, you know, follows. But at the end of the day, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of different moving parts, and everybody's got a different say, and nobody wants to be told what they can or can't do with their property. And so, you know, there's a lot of walking that line. And Murfreesboro is really a good example of, I mean, when I was in college in Murfreesboro, I know, you know, Chewy's like, yeah, that was before I was born or whatever. But when I was in college in Murfreesboro, I remember the feeling, you know, you felt this groundswell that this thing is growing, right?
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, it's like unrecognizable.
Yeah.
I mean, not even recognizable.
Not just when you were in college. When I was in college in 2010, you know, up there. It was 2009, 2010. It was the same way. Like, it was in process. But now you go back, again, unrecognizable. There are certain entire areas of the city that did not exist that are insane.
Booming. Yeah. I mean, if there is a spot of land that a house can go on in Murfreesboro, they're going to take it.
Yeah.
And somebody's going to sell it, and somebody's going to buy it, and then they're going to put a $500,000 house on it, and people are going to want it. I mean, it's insane. It is a really difficult line to walk, and, you know, I'll quote AC on this thing. You know, when you talk about social media, you're going to have haters, right? According to AC. But, yeah, I mean, he's right. And the thing about planning and zoning is somebody's going to be mad. No matter which way it goes, somebody's going to be mad.
All right, y'all ready for trivia?
Oh, yeah, it's Thursday. We got to do trivia with Scotty. You got time to stick around?
Sure.
All right. You know, is this their last week?
Maybe.
Oasis.
Hey, brother. Is this your last week of trivia, or we got one more?
We got one more.
Okay. Well, how are you this morning? We got Mayor.
Doing great.
We got Mayor in studio with us as well.
Hey, Scotty.
Oh, doing awesome.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. I'm feeling lucky today. I'm almost
are you?
positive. You know, like I know the answer, and I don't even know the question yet. You know what I mean? Like
This would probably be one. This question would be one of your favorite subjects.
oh, okay.
You might be feeling it. You might be channeling some
Okay.
energy. Scotty, these last couple of weeks over at the Oasis, what do you got going on this weekend?
Well, we got trivia tonight. Starts at 6:30, and we do have one more week. Next Thursday is our last day at the Oasis for the season.
Okay.
Next Thursday.
So, we got trivia tonight and tomorrow night. I mean, tonight and next Thursday night. Then that'll be it until November here at the Oasis.
Oh man,
Okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I say this on air. I don't know if people actually believe me because I'm a radio host, and sometimes they promote things that. Wait, we got to eat there at least 3 times a week, at least. And I don't know what we're going to do, Scott. I mean, you mentioned, we can always make a trip over there, and I'm sure that we will, certainly, and join you over at drafts. But, man, it's nice having you right around the corner, brother.
Have y'all ever
Yeah,
done?
it does.
Have you done a live show from the dock there? You should do that. Have you done?
I
it?
don't know if we have.
Scotty, you should
Not
make them
since
do
I've
that.
been here.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to come down there and do your morning show down there.
Yeah, we could do the morning show and the afternoon show. Do them both down there.
Yeah.
I'm sure Johnny wouldn't complain about that. All right, so what else? What do you got going on this weekend then outside of trivia? You got some live music and stuff coming in?
We do. Tomorrow night we're going to be doing prime rib. It will start at 4 p.m. and we do it till we run out.
Awesome.
So that'll be our last chance to do prime rib this season also. Saturday, we've got our benefit going on for Crystal Frame Johnson, doing our big benefit. We've got a huge silent auction going on. We've got all the items set up here in our private dining room so you can come out and bid on those. Got tons of donations. We're doing a cruise-in this Saturday here at the Oasis at 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., and all the benefit, the money goes to Crystal on it. So you can bring out anything you want to show off, cars, side-by-sides, SUVs, ATVs, anything you want to show off. We're going to be doing that this Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. So if you don't have anything, you still come out and check out all the cars. I've got a lot of people say they're bringing out a lot of their antiques and stuff. So, and then the benefit will start at 6 p.m. We're going to have a DJ here trying to raise money for Crystal. She has breast cancer. And the insurance is not going to pay for a whole lot of it, so she's going to need some help on all that. So got that going on this Saturday. So got a lot of stuff. Like I said, our schedule next week will be open until Thursday will be our last day, and then we're going to Drafts and Watercrafts. Our first day open down there is April the 20th.
April 20th.
Well, I really appreciate it, and we'll share that that benefit dinner information over to our Facebook page as well for Crystal, and our prayers are with her and her family. So if somebody gets the trivia question right today, what will they win, my friend?
They'll win a free lunch buffet that they can redeem either today or tomorrow.
Tremendous
And,
stuff.
Today's our chicken and dressing day, and we're going to be doing barbecued pork chops with all the vegetables. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing our fried catfish and barbecued chicken.
Ooh. These are some of Katie and I's favorite days, so I'm sure that either today or tomorrow or both days we'll see you. All right, so the number, if you want to enter this into your phone, get prepared, 931-967-3500. Scotty, what is our trivia question for today?
Well, I know, like I said, I know it's the mayor's favorite subject is going to be taxes.
I hate taxes.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. How many U.S. states does not have a state income tax?
Ooh.
Interesting.
I have a guess. I'm not sure I can name them, but I have a guess.
You don't have to name them. You just have to know how many.
Okay.
How many? 931-967-3500. How many states do not have a state income tax? You can call in now. You can't put it in on the chat. You've got to call in and actually answer on the air.
This is going to stump people, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got an idea, I don't know if I'm right. I saw you throw up what you think it is.
Here we go.
Phone is
Here
ringing.
we go. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, I think it's 5.
Is it 5?
No.
No. Dang.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you for trying. That was my guess, so I was wrong. Scott, hey Scotty, can you hear her? We modified some technology.
did.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, it worked.
Yeah, she's loud and clear.
Sweet.
This is gonna be a stickler right here.
So the number again, 931-967-3500.
People are hitting the AI right now.
That was yeah. They're googling,
They're
they're AI,
Googling.
they're ChatGPT, and I that was the number that I had in my head. Not the number though that Mayor
Is
has
that your
in his.
number, Mayor?
I do. I have my number.
His
I have my
number's a
number.
different number.
Yeah, that wasn't your number.
No.
No.
Can you give us a hint?
No.
It's
Okay.
more than 5.
It's more than
Whoa.
five.
Well, then I'm wrong.
All right, let's get. All right, got another caller here. Go ahead, caller.
9.
9.
Is it 9?
That's it.
That's
She
it.
got it.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't know that it was that many.
So caller, be honest. Did you Google it?
My name is Otis Walls.
Hi, Miss Walls. hey, did you Google it, or did you just know the answer?
Oh, I can't do it on phone. I don't know how.
Oh. Good job by you.
Well, can you?
Do what now?
Can you?
Good
Oh,
job by
there's
you, Miss Otis.
Got some reverb.
Did I win?
You won, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations. Have a good day.
So Scotty, can you name them for us?
The answer is 9.
The answer's 9. Can you? Yeah. So be sure and write that down, because that'll be a question tonight at trivia, and you'll have that one won. Scotty, can you name them?
I could probably name 6 or 7 of them. Did you get it right? Did you say
No,
9?
I didn't. I said 4.
I
think
thought 5.
Florida's 1. Tennessee is 1. Who else you got?
Texas.
Texas. I
Yeah,
didn't know
makes
that.
sense.
You got Alaska, South Dakota, Washington.
State?
Or D?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it'd have to be, I guess.
Washington State.
I didn't realize
I
that there were so many. Here's the thing that I always wonder why these guys don't consider that more when they're picking their NFL teams. You'd think that it would give NFL players or NFL teams kind of an unfair advantage. I saw something the other day where Sam Bradford is, or not Sam Bradford, not Sam Darnold. Who is the guy I'm thinking of? I don't know. One of the quarterbacks is making like $50 million a year, but after taxes, he only brings in like $19 million.
Wow.
Yeah, because the state income tax.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, you know that's why so many people, they're saying the top 2 states the 3 top states everybody's moving to is Tennessee, Texas, and Florida.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that has a lot to do with it also.
Yeah. And not to go sideways here, but Tennessee does a really good job. We've got some lawmakers up there that do a great job with, given the fact that we don't have a state income tax, and at the same time, we're pretty flush. I mean, the coffers are full.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. All right, brother. Well, what time?
Right.
What
Y'all
time
have
does
a great day, and I guess we'll talk to you next week.
What time does trivia start again for folks who are wondering?
6:30.
And you want to get there early.
That's right.
All right. Again, the answer was 9. That's a lot higher.
9 states that do not have a state income tax. There you go. I wouldn't have got that.
Appreciate you, Scotty.
Take care.
All right, guys. See y'all. Bye.
Hey, it made me think, having that conversation with Scotty. I meant to say when we first jumped in here, a big old congratulations to Grayson Baggett.
Right.
She's now home. Talked to Clint yesterday. They had a bunch of people over there, big old welcome home party, and a lot of prayers were answered. We're happy for that family.
So
I know, and there's still a lot. There's still a lot of recovery to do, but
Right.
we're so happy for them.
We mentioned that on the shows yesterday, or on the afternoon show, I think it was yesterday. Which we did have a bunch of people. Jonathan and Brett both got the answer right with 9.
I just
Good job
saw
by
that.
them.
Yeah, great job, guys.
We posted, though, on the Facebook page. This is how insane, when you talk about the level of impact that her illness has had on the community.
Yeah.
And the impact that she, as a student athlete over at Franklin County High School, has had on this community. We put that on the Facebook page. Over 1,100 shares or likes, I mean. And over, let me refresh it and pull it up. But the amount of people who 1,200 likes, 184 comments, and over 100 shares.
Wow.
The amount of people that
That's
her
awesome.
situation has impacted is just insane. And just so many people have been praying so hard for the last 58 days. And that is a huge step forward. And I know that recently, too, she was transferred to Vanderbilt, is what I was told. And they thought that they were going to have to start over and that it was going to be a long road ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. I haven't heard any kind of update as far as what changed and how she was able to then, make it home. But regardless, that's awesome.
Yeah. We're really happy for that family. And again, I know that she's got some more recovering to do, and she's got a lot of schoolwork to catch up on and all that stuff. But really happy to have her home.
Well, and hopefully as well in regard to the pain and some of the other things that she was dealing with, she's worked through that. All right. Well, we've kept you for quite a while, my friend.
You got anything for me?
No. Oh, do you have anything before you want to run out?
Let's see. I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, if you do, feel free to text me. I'll let people know.
I want you guys to let me know what you think about that.
I will.
All right.
Which one do you like?
Make him try one.
Which flavor do you like?
I have not tried either one of those.
Oh, really?
But like I say, it's Spark, so
yeah,
it should be good and good for you.
Berry lemonade and chocolate.
I figured Chewy'd have chocolate.
Yeah, I don't know if Chewy's gonna try either one of these.
You gotta try.
Well, I gotta go. Well, I am going to the gym probably if he wins March Madness. So
what if he drinks like one sip of this and just like poof, jacked? That's all it took was his body grabs on to like the super greens.
Yeah. I'm like Popeye, like the first time I try anything healthy.
I'd love to know what you think about that.
Okay.
Let me know. I haven't tried it yet.
Definitely.
Guys,
all right, brother.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Chewy, take care. Have a good day.
Thanks,
is Joe.
Winchester City Mayor Sean Crabtree. Don't trust him with your taxes, but you trust him with your city for sure. No, I say that because of the 9 versus 4. He thought it was 4. I thought it was 5. Don't trust me with your taxes either. 9 states.
Jonathan Brett on top of it, though.
Yeah. Good job. Good job by those guys. I had no idea that it was that many. I thought we were special. I thought it was only a handful of us, but it's like 20% of the states.
Yeah.
All right. 18% of the states. Hey, I can do math. When we come back, hour number 2 here of the starting lineup, along with Chewy, I am Joe Abraham. This is ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
The starting lineup with Joe and Chewy is presented by Loco in Winchester. Right here in Winchester, Loco is doing things their own way. From locally roasted Loco coffee to a one-of-a-kind shop experience. It's a place that's built for the Franklin County community. So if you haven't stopped by yet, now's the time. Support local. Drink Loco coffee, fueling Franklin County mornings. Roasted right here in Franklin County. And don't forget to tune into the starting lineup, weekdays from 7 to 9.
Divorce and custody cases can turn your life upside down fast. Veneer Law brings clarity, strategy, and confident representation, whether you're working towards an agreement or preparing for court. We focus on fair outcomes and parenting plans that put the kids first and make sure parents are heard. Custody, clarity, confidence. Grant Veneer, the divorce and custody lawyer, online at veneerlaw.com.
Out with the cold, in with the comfort. Refresh your home with Hall Furniture in Winchester. From stylish living room sets to cozy recliners and dining pieces made for gathering, now's the perfect time to upgrade your space. Quality, comfort, and pieces you'll love coming home to. That's Hall Furniture. Visit them at 3131 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or browse anytime at hallfurniture.com. Hall Furniture. Make your home feel brand new.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Upgrades are underway at the Winchester City Park docking area, with improvements expected to be operational in time for the Tims Ford Bass Club's Spring Classic Fishing Tournament on April 4th. Mayor Sean Crabtree said one boat ramp will be usable for the event, allowing the tournament to proceed as planned. While a final completion date has not been announced, Crabtree noted that contractors remain on schedule with dock construction. The project is part of the Bill Dance Signature Lakes Initiative, a partnership between Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Tennessee State Parks, and the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development. The program aims to enhance fishing access, improve habitat and fisheries management, and increase tourism across Tennessee lakes. As part of Winchester's agreement with the initiative, the city has budgeted $225,000 to add restroom facilities at the Winchester Bass Club. In return, Bill Dance program is upgrading piers within Winchester City Park. The initiative includes 9 major reservoirs statewide, each selected for its potential as a premier destination for anglers and families alike. In partnership with the Tennessee Valley Authority, several lakes will receive new or upgraded ramps to improve public access. In sports, the Franklin County Rebels delivered a statement win Tuesday night, defeating Giles County 2-1 in walk-off fashion. After dropping a 2-1 decision to Giles County on the road the previous day, the Rebels responded at home with grit and improved late-game execution. The win moves Franklin County to 3-1 in district play, currently setting second in District 8 and 3A behind Lawrence County. The Rebels will look to build on that momentum Thursday night when they travel to Smyrna for a 6 p.m. first pitch. For more local news and sports updates, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
If you're competing with 3 other businesses in the same category, you're not advertising, you're fighting for attention. At ESPN Radio Winchester, our top partners don't outshout their competitors, they eliminate them through partnerships that offer category protection and exclusivity. Fewer competitors, stronger recall, better results. That's how local advertising is supposed to work. Learn how smart advertising creates a competitive advantage with ESPN Radio 1340-1069 WCDT Winchester.
This is Dale from Columbus, previously from the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Check in scissor hands. I'm the wrong guy to ask, but what's the secret to a good haircut?
A good haircut makes you feel confident. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, when you get that haircut, you're going to walk out that barbershop, you're going to look in the mirror, and you're going to be like, yeah, that's it. And you're going to tip the barber.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC network.
We apologize if this is your first time, but yes, unfortunately, this is normal. You're listening to the starting lineup on ESPN Radio 1340-1069, WCDT Winchester.
Alcohol is common in our culture, but when it becomes misuse or dependence, the impact can affect families, careers, health, and safety. If drinking is causing strain in your life or someone you love, help is available. The Franklin County Prevention Coalition connects you to prevention education, recovery support, and local resources. Stronger together, stronger without it. Learn more at fcpctn.org, funded under a grant contract with the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
With the latest from around FCHS and Rebel Nation.
The Rebel Report, every weekday presented by Oaklawn Baptist Church, right here on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Welcome back to your Rebel Report, where we ended the week with some big wins from many of our Franklin County teams and athletes.
It was a great week to be a Rebel, and we'll start with the Franklin County boys soccer team. The Rebels picked up 2 big district wins this week over Columbia and Warren County.
A solid week for the soccer team as they now head into some rest over spring break. They'll be back in action after the break when they host Lincoln County and look to continue their district win streak.
The Rebelette softball team also had a strong week, picking up 2 conference wins over Lawrence County and Giles County.
Spring break won't be slowing them down, though. The Rebelettes will have a busy coming up week as they hit the road to Cannon County on Monday and Marshall County on Tuesday.
Our Rebel baseball team joined in on the winning this week as well, contributing 2 more district wins as they swept Marshall County in their series.
The Rebels will be hosting a tournament this weekend and hope to start spring break with a few more solid performances on their home field.
In track and field news, our track team finished second this past weekend at Riverdale with several top finishes.
We especially want to recognize Brandon Walker for setting a new school record in the high jump with an incredible jump of 6 feet 6 inches.
We also want to congratulate the 4x4 relay team of Jaden Smith, Joshua Smith, Austin Heath and Alex Demencio for setting a new school record with a time of 8 minutes and 39 seconds.
Congratulations to our new school record holders and to all of our Rebel athletes for a great week.
That's all for this week's Rebel Report. Have a great and safe spring break, Franklin County.
And as always, go Rebels.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Radio Winchester studio, it's the starting lineup. Now, here are your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
All right, back here on the starting lineup for hour number 2, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. Kind of weird first hour there. Not because of, the Winchester Mayor Sean Crabtree being in studio or trivia with Scotty. More for somehow we went down the rabbit hole of me telling a story about kidney stones.
That was you. I asked Doc about it this morning, and you were like, "Hey, let me tell you this most horrifying thing that can happen to your most important part." And I was like, "Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that."
You can't blame me.
I'm gonna
listen. If I have a story to tell, I'm gonna tell it.
Okay,
it just happens.
All right.
I blame you for reminding me of that story.
All right.
It's your fault.
I'm going to let you come up with the topics for Doc in the morning from now on. Then.
You never know.
I am curious, what would Joe Abraham want to talk about in the mornings with Doc?
Not kidney stones. I do feel lighter, though.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
All right.
Inform people about that, too.
Shifting gears. So, Chewy, which one of these was I going to talk about? Do I want to start with ABS? No.
ABS.
Not IBS. ABS.
ABS.
We're going to start. It's Therapy Thursday. We're going to start with. Yesterday, they launched the Artemis 2.
Yes.
And I think that this is something that you'll want to talk
about.
Okay. So we'll start by, if you watched the launch, let us know in the chat. Chewy, did you watch the launch?
I did watch the launch, yes. I was inside Jefferson.
I watched it as well. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm thinking to myself, man, this is incredible. Like the feats of engineering. And I'm so impressed. And it went off like without a hitch. It went so perfectly. So impressive.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're going back to the moon for the first time since Apollo 17, which was all the way back in 1972.
1972 is the year my parents were born. So they were born on basically the last time we ever decided to go and do that.
Gas was like 30 cents back then.
Wouldn't that have been nice? Must have taken forever to fill up this one.
Well, it was a lot more affordable probably back then to fill it up. There was no Wi-Fi, no smartphones, none of this crazy technology that we've got. And somehow they've got like as good a footage as we've got now.
Yeah.
And I think that was my biggest problem with yesterday. Was you're telling me that NASA can build a bazillion-dollar rocket. They built out a whole freaking app. They've got their dashboards. They got the math that handles the telemetry. They've got the live tracking. They've got all these. You're going to strap 4 human beings to the bottom of a giant missile and shoot them into space, but we can't figure out how to slap a couple of GoPros around that thing. And, I mean, I guess we had some shots. There's a shot from, like, the inside when it separates. There were some shots, which, again, is weird to me. How come they can put a camera on the inside and see the ship as it separates apart? That was a really cool shot.
Mm-hmm.
The one from the inside where the piece comes off. But why can't we figure out how to put a camera anywhere else?
So most of the cameras on the shuttles and everything are exterior cameras for the pilots and the mission control. It's not really for, like, people are just basically cutting into the feed and watching what the, like, because you want that camera there to watch the second stage, make sure everything separates correctly. You know, you want certain cameras in certain areas to monitor things and make sure everything's correct. Obviously, some of them are put up there, obviously, for, like, you know, photography and recording and that kind of thing. But most of those cameras are there for the pilot, not really to record, if that makes sense. And because think about it, every little thing that you add to the side of that thing is going to add, you know, to your drag coefficient.
Right.
So you can't, you know, and then it's like, well, also, how are you going to make sure that it survives the heat? How expensive are these cameras? Probably very, you know, so you have to be really specific with every single part of a spaceship. If that answers your question.
So it's not just like duct taping a GoPro to the side of a lawnmower.
It's not like what we do.
That's not what we do, he said. We can't just put one of these Mevo cameras on there?
No, I don't think that would work. Maybe inside the crew module, but I think that might be the only place. Did you enjoy it? Did you I don't know if people enjoy rocket launches like I do. I think they probably see like the first 5 seconds like, oh, neat. You know,
I thought that it was very, very impressive. What I would like to do now is compare the footage to that from back in the day, and see how the footage and the technology has improved.
Yeah,
it looked more impressive than back then, and I will say this. When you watch some of the old footage, and I know that there's like a certain amount of things are going to be shaking and rattling and movement and all the things. But when you watch the old footage and there's stuff like coming off the rocket and the thing is like the thrusters are like rattling around and things like that. Compared to what I saw yesterday, it was very, very tight.
Yeah.
Very precise. I'm thinking now looking back, it's a wonder that they made it there.
Yeah, dude. Like
it's a wonder when you consider who was tightening these screws and these bolts and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was whispers of the fact that it may be a one-way trip, but that wouldn't look good for us as the United States to leave our astronauts up there. But I am thoroughly pleased and excited for the new space race.
Well, it's important. Chewy, I think that it's important because we supposedly lost all this technology and we're having to rebuild it, re-engineer it, which is weird to me, even having to re-engineer it all, that it's taking as long as it is, considering how quickly we were able to rush it. Here's the thing, and I'm not saying overtly that we didn't go before. But, and I mentioned this the other day, if we get up there and things are different than they were back then, this could be a weird way of revealing that we didn't go the first time around. And that would be a weird.
I wouldn't mind that, though. You know?
The reason why it's cool and why I'm interested is because everybody can talk about and say, oh, you know, we've been to the moon before. And I remember growing up, it was one of the things that I was so excited about. Back in the day before the internet, you had the encyclopedia. It was in the book, and then they had the thing came out, and there was an app on your computer. You could get a CD disc, and you stick it in your computer, and you had the entire encyclopedia. But it was like multimedia. So now you've got these digital photos that were like 3 megapixels. but I could click on the stuff and you could hear the recordings.
Yeah.
And there's like the guys stepping onto the moon. And now you can find all that stuff on YouTube. You can find all that stuff online easily. But back in the day, this was before any of that, before you were connected. And it was so cool and interesting to me. But it seemed like it was in a different age.
Right.
It was way before my time. In reality, it was not that long
it was like
ago.
15 years before you.
Yeah, like the last time that they went to the moon was not that long before I was born. But it seemed like it was so far off. And if you think about the entire generations of people that have come since then, all these people, not just you and me, but our kids and my kids, and even people older than me who never saw it, never remember. It's 1972.
Yeah.
So you said your parents were born in 72.
Yep.
Literally, since your parents were born, we've never been to the moon.
It's over 50 years ago.
And I think that it's cool for that aspect of it. Because for some people, yeah, they were there. They saw it. They remember. And it was a big deal for them back then. And they had the lunch pails and they had all the things. They got off of school. We don't get off of school now for it, I guess.
Yeah.
My kids had to go to school yesterday. Spring break kids are off of school.
Well, this isn't the them going to the moon. This is them circumventing it. So
that's true.
It's
That's
still
true.
technically a test flight.
That's true.
Not to diminish the significance of it, but it's not the flight.
But we haven't even been outside, quote unquote, lower orbit for how long? Basically, like since
Probably,
that
I think since 72, because you had to because there would have been a guy in the crew module orbiting the moon while they were doing their spacewalk. So that's how long it probably would have been.
I would just like to suggest, I mean, between now and when we actually go to the moon, the most important thing, more important than the rocks, more important than the things that you bring back, not as important as the astronaut's safety, but more important than everything else, the most important thing is media. We need to have video and camera shots. And you cannot tell me that the best we can do is like a Ring camera footage. Like let's spend, because what are they saying? Like 3-4 years, something like that?
Something like that.
We can create, have you seen the microchips where they zoom into the microchip and it's like you got a piece of hair and they zoom past a piece of hair and it looks like there's a whole city down there. Mm-hmm. If we can create that kind of technology, there's got to be a way that we can mini some sort of cameras, and I'm just saying.
So Katie said that's why your dad called me asking if you had kidney stones just now. But then Brett says that's because movie production is better these days. So there you go.
It is better these days.
Tell us in the chat. Do you think we've been to the moon? Are we going? Is it all a sham? I want to know. In the FMO Facebook stream.
Have we been to the moon before? What do you think? Yes or no? Yes. Yes again. Maybe. That's Chewy's. He tried to ask that poll question yesterday. That's a story
it did
for
work. I was frustrated by that. I thought that would have been fun, but anyway.
Well, here's the other important reason why we need to figure this out, Chewy, is because, not for nothing, but you and I are pretty big space dorks.
Sure.
In that, we love all these movies, we love the Star Wars, we love all these things that happen beyond our planet. But there's one that hits a little bit closer to home. It's a movie from the 90s. I think it was the 90s, late 90s, Armageddon.
Oh, yeah?
Now, what I didn't realize as I was sitting there as a youth watching Armageddon was, we lost all that technology. And we haven't been outside outer or lower orbit in so long. And so when you consider how much of a Hail Mary kind of prayer that whole thing was.
Is that a pun about what's in theaters?
It brings me back to, if we've got to, as a human race, if we've got to land on some sort of catastrophic comet from hell, we probably need to have the ability to do so. A. B. It'd be nice to get some clean footage of it. And C. How are we gonna land on a space rock if that's hurtling towards us if we can't even land on the moon, which is this big, friggin' thing that's just sitting up there, stationary?
I think a couple years ago they've landed 1 or 2 satellites on a few comets. The Americans, the little probe that they had, they shot it with a bullet. It's not even a joke. Like, it literally had a little
Is that
cat.
landing on, or is that running into?
No, well, that's a good question. That now you're asking about, like, what does that even mean, though? Is landing and running into, because like when you land, you don't go down, right? You go at an arc, so you kind of run into the earth whenever you land. So, but good point. But as far as I know, I think that they've landed a few. I think the Indian Space Agency also tried to do it as well. They messed up pretty bad recently.
Indian Space Agency.
They've been doing a lot of really cool stuff. A couple years ago, they crashed a probe on the moon. It may not have been the Indian. There was a moon that crashed on the moon that had tardigrades on it, and it's technically the first recorded instance of other organisms on an extraterrestrial body. So we may have accidentally seeded the moon with life. They're probably all dead by now. But
that'd be a fun movie to make,
right? Yeah. We made it. Yeah. Whoa.
We made the aliens. So, yeah. Well, here's the thing, too, is that if all this happens and we do have, say someday there is some sort of comet or some sort of space situation. We've got a whole ass friggin' Space Force and haven't even been to space.
That's what I think the Space Force should be doing, is watching for like space debris in our satellites, looking for asteroids and that kind of thing.
Well, here's my biggest concern out of all of this stuff, whether it's the cameras or whatever. If we don't do it, what, are we going to rely on China to do it? We're going to rely on the Indian Space Force? We're going to rely on... We know what happens when the Russians try and go to space.
Yeah.
It's also weird to me that nobody else has been able to figure it out.
Well, it's not that it's like they can't figure it out. It's just not useful. You know what I mean?
Right. It's more expensive than it's worth knowing.
Right. The only reason we went the first time was just to. It was a.
So you're telling me it's the massive. It's like the ultimate. Once you get there, it's like, oh, cool.
Basically. The only reason people forget this, and even people who like science forget this, we didn't go to the moon for the scientific endeavor or the fact that it was hard.
It was a marketing campaign.
It was 100% a marketing campaign against communism. We wanted to beat the Soviets, Soviet Union in the space race, and because they put the first guy into space, they put the first satellite into space, and then we were like, okay, we got to one-up you. We're going all the way to the moon. Spite is what brought us to the moon. And but now that's basically what's happening again. We can't be beat by other countries.
Well, we got to figure out how to hit the moon, because if we can't hit, it's like the biggest target that you could aim for.
Yeah.
Right. Like if we can't figure out how to hit the moon, how are we going to hit a comet that's flying towards us trying to end our world?
No chance for us hitting anything else.
And Bruce Willis is not in the kind of shape.
Yeah, I don't think he's at the age anymore where he can go on an asteroid.
Yeah. Maybe Ben Affleck.
That would be interesting. No, dude, you got to send Matt Damon. You know how many times that guy's been to space and we had to go and save him? 2 times, which is, I know it's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened more than once.
Probably one more time than anybody else.
Exactly. Are you all right? Are you wondering if
I'm still frustrated that I sat there and I watched the launch, and it got to the point where, like, then it just switched over to this really bad 3D rendering, which again is another frustration of mine.
Yeah, where they were like showing the mechanics of like the module and everything. Yeah.
Well, it was at first it was just the module. It was just a basically a picture of the module in 3D, and it wasn't even like a good 3D.
No.
It wasn't like they hired somebody from Blizzard to make this thing. It was like Greg in accounting. Hey, Greg,
whip us up a 3D model of that module, will you?
Throw this into ChatGPT and see what it spits out.
Interesting.
Anyway, I am excited about the whole thing.
I think a lot of really, really interesting stuff is going to come out of this. Just from the challenges alone, I think.
I just think that it's tough. It's frustrating because now there's so much fake news out there. There's so much AI. There's so much of that it takes away from the real footage. Like, you could literally jump into one of these AI things and do something, and it look like we're on the moon already.
Well, then I'll say this. If your reality is subjective, pick your favorite.
Star Wars.
There you go.
All right.
I choose to believe that the moon landing was real.
I believe in Jesus and Star Wars.
There you go. So there
Jesus and Space Jesus.
God. Okay. All right. We're going.
All right,
that's time for a break now.
Let's get a break in here. When we come back, we're actually going to talk some sports.
All right.
Yeah.
AC brought up the fact that Alabama lost or something.
Yeah, he's talking about basketball.
Oh, yeah.
We've already been there.
Oh,
AC.
okay.
We come and gone. We know the tournament. I'm going to beat the big dog. We know all these things. No, when we come back, I'm actually going to take a look at the Atlanta Braves, who are 4-2 to start the year, which is a solid improvement over their 0-7 start last year. We'll talk about it when we come back. It is the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 106.9 WCDT Winchester.
From the 931 Go Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Radio Winchester weather update, presented by Pennett's Pharmacy.
Starting off our morning in the mid-60s with it being nice and cloudy, but the sun will be popping out this afternoon with a high of 83 degrees. Southwest winds coming in from 5 to 15 miles per hour. Some gusts as high as 25 and a 10% chance of showers this afternoon. Stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 for all of your wild weather updates.
Looking for more than just prescriptions? Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester has it all. Grab a bite from our menu, browse our boutique for one-of-a-kind finds, and sip on a Bloody Marty that's worth talking about, all in one stop. Located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, Bennett's Pharmacy is your unexpected destination for great food, fun shopping, and so much more. Call us at 931-967-2777 or come see what everyone's raving about.
Or a party to plan. Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester, or check out everything they offer online at ReliableRentalFC.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
When life hits you hard, you need someone who will stand up and fight back for you. Andy Davis, attorney at law, serves Southern Middle Tennessee in personal injury, criminal defense, family law, bankruptcy, and more. Call today to set up your free consultation, where you'll get clear answers, honest guidance, and a plan built around your needs. Online at southerninjurylaw.com. This is an advertisement. Andy Davis, attorney at law, responsible for content. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than that of other lawyers.
The opinions of the hosts are their own, and they do not represent the opinions of, well, really anybody else. You're listening to the starting lineup. Now back to Joe and Chewy.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 106.9 WCDT Winchester. Joey Abraham alongside Chewy. So in the break, we were talking about, before we get into the Braves, and I want to throw this out there. We're going to start the campaign. Let's start the campaign now. Somebody's got to be the first. Chewy, somebody's got to be the first to broadcast from the moon. And you and I are basically space pilots anyway. We're basically astronauts already anyway.
We're disposable. You send us. Brett Crabtree says the new City Connect uniforms are awesome, by the way.
He's talking about the Braves City Connect uniforms, which are pretty sweet. They're like a light blue color. But yes, we'll settle down for a second. We'll talk some actual sports. It's spring break, and I got to be honest, it's a little bit tough to do a show during spring break.
Really?
Much less do multiple shows during spring break. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that are out of town, a lot of people not engaging in the show, but also there's not as much going on.
Right.
We spend so much time talking about
current events.
Yeah, what's going on in the schools and what's going on around town and things like that. Well, it's kind of quiet right now. So many people out of town. I will say this, though, on the flip side, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this. Jump in the chat if you've noticed this. The traffic has started to get worse. People are they're coming.
Oh, yeah.
They're coming. The out-of-towners are coming. They're
Yeah.
arriving. I'm seeing tags for Huntsville and Nashville and Davidson, all these surrounding areas.
Some snowbirds are here to roost.
They're here. But let's settle into some sports for a second. The Braves are 4-2 to start the year. And so Braves fans are going to do what they do. We are back. We're back, baby. 4-2. Solid start to the year, especially when you compare it to the 0-7 start last year.
So they've been kind of struggling here as of late, right? The Braves in particular?
Last year they underperformed. They were thought to be one of the best teams in the league. I think to start the year, their odds to win the World Series, they were somewhere in the top 5, depending on where you looked. 4 or 5, maybe 3 even. I think I saw one last year as low as 3. And then they started the year 0-7. Now, it was Brian Snitker's last year. Nobody realized it as it was happening. But by midway through the season, it was okay. They didn't want to blow him out because he's been with the organization since we went to the moon the last time, I think. The guy's been there forever. But the real question that we're looking at is who are the Braves going to be this year? They have had some injury issues, and I know that it feels like, okay, this is why we can't have nice things. All of our pitchers keep getting hurt, keep going down. And that can be frustrating, but what it can also do is open the door for young guys to come in and have success. And really what it can do is make you stronger, a lot stronger in the long run. So if some of these guys are able to come back and get back into the rotation, and now you've got younger guys who have shown that they can compete at this level, well, now you just set yourself up not for the 162, but for beyond. Because that's, to me, the key to being successful in just about any sport is depth. You got to have depth. You got to have guys behind your guys, because you always think, man, we got such a good roster. Next thing you know, this happens. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're the Yankees. Yankees have Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. You know how many times those two guys are actually in the freaking lineup together? Never, because one of them, mainly Stanton, is always hurt. And if you've got a great roster when the season starts, that's all well and good. But it's how are we going to weather the storm? It's a long season. The dog days of summer, all these things, it goes back to having depth, being resilient as a team. And it's ugly for the Braves right now, and they're still finding ways to win. They're getting good innings out of their starters. They're not putting too much work on the bullpen. You don't want to put too much work on the bullpen early in the season. This team, I think, can still win this division. Again, I know that we're 6 games into the season. But last year, I think, is more of an anomaly that they underperformed. And you got to remember where this team was and where the expectations of this team was prior. So I think that the Braves are actually looking pretty good this year. I don't know if I'm going to put them up there with the best of the best, but it wouldn't surprise me if they finished, in the top 3 of the NL. I think that they could be back to that level. It wouldn't surprise me. I think that realistically, they're probably somewhere around, 4th or 5th as far as the National League is concerned. But I think that it will be an entertaining year for the Atlanta Braves. Now, on top of all of that, we don't want to necessarily get too deep into what the year could hold. There's a lot of games to play. But, Chewy, when you look at the Tennessee Vols and you look at the San Francisco Giants, this is a question for baseball fans just in general. The Giants started out the season, I think they're 2-4. And why these two teams are connected is because Tony Vitello, former coach of the Tennessee Vols, bless you, the former manager of the Tennessee Vols,
thank you,
is the manager now with the San Francisco Giants. And the Vols went from being one of the best teams in the country to not so great. I think they're 16-10 on the year. I know that they're 3-6 in the SEC. 3-6. So the question that I ask, say we get to the end of the season and Tony V is like, Major League Baseball probably isn't really for me. And the Vols continue to play mediocre baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Could he go back? Could he go back and would Tennessee Vol fans take him back? I would. I'd take him back in a heartbeat. I mean, the way that coaches and players in college athletics move around. But if you're a Vol fan, this will be a good question for Rob Kortner next week as well. If you're a Vol fan, are you pulling for him to just absolutely crash and burn up in San Francisco in the hopes that maybe he comes back?
Yeah.
I mean, as awful as it sounds.
Yeah.
Nobody here cares about the friggin' Giants.
Good point.
Anyway, just something to consider.
I did skip a comment here from Brett, unfortunately, and he called me out on it, so I will go back. He was just asking why we have a Space Force and why we included the military. That is a question for someone far smarter than me because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, how many people know people actually in the Space Force? I think I've heard of like one person.
I've never heard of anybody in it.
So,
well, we already had one. But it was just part of the Air Force.
I thought that the Space Force was just called NASA.
No. This is like military stuff.
Militarization.
Yeah, of space, which is foolish.
Are there people? Well, okay. First question: can you fire a gun in space?
Yes,
you can.
If you a modern bullet, yes, you can fire in space.
Really?
Yes.
It'll explode.
Yeah, because it's the way that it's packed in there with the like that. It doesn't need oxygen to shoot it. So, but other ones would.
Okay. Second question. Are we working on plasma rifle technology?
Yes.
Sweet. Would plasma guns work in space?
Maybe. It depends. Johnny Han!
He's back!
Great to see you. Pickle free. He said pickle free. That was a reference to the
Pickle
show
Fest.
yesterday. If you guys didn't tune in, we hijacked the afternoon handout.
So, they are working on plasma guns. Johnny, would you go to space? If somebody came to you tomorrow and said, hey, you want to broadcast? You want to be the official voice of the moon?
I have twin 16-year-old daughters. I'll go anywhere.
Johnny says, if they give me a cheeseburger, I'll be there. Diet Dr. Pepper and a cheeseburger. He'll be there. I think that Chewy and I, we're pretty much, like I said, we're pretty much astronauts already.
Every time you describe us, I am like increasingly shocked at like how high of an opinion you have of me. You know what I mean? Where you're like, we're both astronauts.
I didn't mean it in a good way.
Oh, got you. My bad. I'll take it back. I can rule it back. But seriously,
but
that is so funny.
So let me just I'm gonna put it out there. Somebody's gonna be the first. Somebody's gonna be the first to broadcast from the moon.
Yes.
Somebody's going to be the first to do the first radio show from the moon. And I don't see why it couldn't be us.
Talk about a monopoly on the market. Do you know what I mean? Like, they literally can't listen to anything else. It'd be like 30 minutes behind. Let's see. Doug Garrett jumped in saying there's a guy who graduated at Tullahoma a few years back who's in active Space Force duty.
I think that's the one person that I've heard of.
Interesting. Brett Crabtree jumped back in saying, great afternoon handoff yesterday. Maybe the best ever. Appreciate you, Brett. Johnny says he heard that. Oh, dear. It is nice to have Johnny back in the office. It's been a little quiet here lately. So, shout out to Johnny. Glad he's feeling better. W's in the chat for Johnny.
You keep trying to move us off of broadcasting from the moon.
If you want to broadcast from the moon, I'll do it with you, dog. But you got to get there first. But
yeah, we do. All right,
we got to get there for the first time. Sorry, is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Let's get a break in here. When we come back, 2 professional athletes are headed to rehab. Would it be insensitive to ask which one we think will come out first? Probably. But no, we'll talk about it on the other side. 2 pretty big names in the sporting world. We'll do that next. It is the starting lineup. ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Spring is in the air, and so are fresh new savings at Furniture Merchandise Outlet, FMO, right here in Tullahoma. Ready to refresh your space? From living rooms and bedrooms to dining sets and mattresses, FMO has the styles you want at prices you'll love. No long waits, no sticker shock. Just take it home today. Visit them at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma or browse anytime at FMOTN.com. Furniture Merchandise Outlet, where spring cleaning turns into a spring upgrade.
Looking for a reliable car at an affordable price? Stop by Money Down Motors here in Decker. We specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles with low down payments and flexible financing options. No matter your credit history, drive away today with a car you'll love and a payment plan that works for you. Visit us at 1945 Deckard Boulevard or call 931-962-3404 for more info. At Money Down Motors, LLC, your ride is waiting.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Upgrades are underway at the Winchester City Park docking area, with improvements expected to be operational in time for the Timms Ford Bass Club's Spring Classic Fishing Tournament on April 4th. Mayor Sean Crabtree said one boat ramp will be usable for the event, allowing the tournament to proceed as planned. While a final completion date has not been announced, Crabtree noted that contractors remain on schedule with dock construction. The project is part of the Bill Dance Signature Lakes Initiative, a partnership between Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Tennessee State Parks, and the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development. The program aims to enhance fishing access, improve habitat and fisheries management, and increase tourism across Tennessee lakes. As part of Winchester's agreement with the initiative, the city has budgeted $225,000 to add restroom facilities at the Winchester Bass Club. In return, Bill Dance program is upgrading piers within Winchester City Park. The initiative includes 9 major reservoirs statewide, each selected for its potential as a premier destination for anglers and families alike. In partnership with the Tennessee Valley Authority, several lakes will receive new or upgraded ramps to improve public access. In sports, the Franklin County Rebels delivered a statement win Tuesday night, defeating Giles County 2-1 in walk-off fashion. After dropping a 2-1 decision to Giles County on the road the previous day, the Rebels responded at home with grit and improved late-game execution. The win moves Franklin County to 3-1 in district play, currently setting second in District 8 and 3A behind Lawrence County. The Rebels will look to build on that momentum Thursday night when they travel to Smyrna for a 6 p.m. first pitch. For more local news and sports updates, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
When it comes to caring for your loved ones, choose a name you can trust. Inhabit Home Health in Winchester, located at 2068 Cowan Highway. We're here to provide compassionate professional care right in the comfort of your own home. From skilled nursing to therapy services, our team is dedicated to helping you or your loved ones achieve the best quality of life. Call Inhabit Home Health today at 931-967-0633 to learn more about our personalized care plans.
Joe had to mix up some more pre-workout, but he's ready to go another round. Back to the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
All right, back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. If you've got a tax return coming in, a refund coming back to you, listen, you're going to want to swing by Backstage Pawn here in Winchester. They've got their deal of the week going on. Right now, you can get 10% off all ammo in stock. That's right. You heard me. I've been talking about it all week, and if you haven't taken the time to go over there and load up, literally, now is that time. And I did not realize before I went in there and started talking to them, you can actually order. Not only do they have a insane inventory, but you can actually order just about anything that you're looking for, and the pricing is going to beat the big guys. It just is. And they can they buy gold and silver as well. So if you've got stuff like that sitting around that you're looking to get rid of, you can probably even leave with a fistful of cash.
There you go.
Backstage Pawn. It's just off of South College Street, just up the road from us. Just up the road from us, over by the Oasis. So if you're headed to the Oasis later tonight, maybe before, take a little extra time beforehand, go over to Backstage Pawn first, and then go to trivia afterwards. All right. Chewy, two big-name athletes are making headlines.
All right, so you mentioned this before the break.
Right.
What sport is this in?
There is a golfer and a football player.
Okay.
Now, before I get into who they are, I just would like to point this out. The same way that I pointed out that you, now as an old man in your 30s, need to be concerned about your low T, which you're rocking over there. One of the other things that you need to be concerned about is fame. You're letting your fame... Listen, I know you. I've been around you enough lately. You're letting the fame go to your head.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, your head's getting too big for you. And listen, I don't want to see you end up in rehab, my friend.
Oh.
Because that's what happens.
Right, you're right, yeah.
No, you become famous. It goes to your head. You make some bad decisions. Next thing you know... a prostitute bites your nose off, and you end up in rehab.
Crashing my car into the square.
Right.
And, yeah. I can't swing golf anymore. My
You end
golf
up-
swing's not even... It was never the same after that.
You end up parked in Sean Crabtree's lobby.
Yeah.
I mean, just all kinds of mess, dude. And I'm trying to look out for you. I'm trying to keep stuff like that from happening.
Oh, I appreciate how much you care about me and for not wanting to go down that path.
It would be really bad for the show. Good content.
I was about to say, actually, it'd be great content.
But I can't afford bail money.
Yeah, good point.
Could put us out of business. So
it's not in the budget.
Not in the budget. Not in the budget.
So can I guess who the golfer was?
It would also... Well, hold on.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm working on trying to get you a statue downtown, and that would really put a... I think that would make it so that they wouldn't put a statue of the
It'd
dog.
probably cancel the plans for sure if I did something reckless like that.
You wouldn't be able to be Franklin County's mascot anymore.
The Prevention Coalition probably wouldn't work with us anymore.
Which, by the way, no, they definitely wouldn't work with us. I am going to make an official pitch for us to just We're going to change the name from the Franklin County Rebels to the Franklin County Wookiees.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
And just you'll be the mascot.
I like that.
Yeah, and all these people who get mad at me for bringing up the Rebel name or the logo or the mascot or any of that type of stuff, they can just deal with it because, you know, you're gonna be the mascot.
Now, okay, if I'm the mascot though, what culture standard are you setting? You know, with that, do you know what I mean?
Kind of already fits in with the one we already got right here.
Roasted, dude. Dang, claws out this morning on a therapy.
If we're gonna be rebels, then let's be rebels.
All right.
Otherwise, we're just a bunch of Wookiees around here. But no, Wookiees will rip your arms off.
Sure, I like that.
Okay. So before Chewy goes into rehab, give him some warnings. Yes, you wanted to guess which golfer's going in.
I mean, just from the headlines, I'm assuming you're talking about Tiger Woods.
It is Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
But not only that, a judge granted him permission to leave the country while in treatment.
What? Okay. For treatment specifically, or like he's just allowed to go
while in treatment?
Just while in treatment.
I don't know if they're saying that he can leave the country for his treatment or leave the country
like during his recovery.
During his treatment?
Like he can just go on vacation because his leg is broken.
I don't know. That's a good question. Hold on. Let me look that up. That actual story.
That's it's I don't know. How do people feel? People who really like, because I know people are pretty passionate about like golf and Tiger Woods and that kind of thing. In all seriousness, in the FMO Facebook stream, can someone educate me a little bit on like where he is? Like, is this expected of him at this point? Was this a surprise, or is everyone just sort of collectively disappointed? You know, Rob had some really good insight on it the last time he was here. He was talking about how age is sort of catching up with him just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, his age and injuries, and the other thing that you got to take into consideration is Earl Woods, his father, was not a good man. If you've ever heard about, you know, Tiger's upbringing and all the things, you know, yeah, he created an amazing golfer and an amazing competitor. But Earl Woods also left Tiger scarred in a lot of ways.
He traded his humanity for the sport.
And I'm not going to defend any of that stuff. You know, Tiger's decisions and his accountability and all that type of stuff is on him, and he's got the money and all the things to pay for all of this stuff. And, you know, what does he care? Tiger Woods allowed to leave the U.S. for treatment on privacy grounds.
Okay, for treatment. Got you.
In order to protect his privacy.
Gotcha.
So it's not like he's entering rehab and just like, on a Wednesday, if he decides to leave and go to Morocco, he can.
Right.
Anyway, like I said, he probably doesn't care too much what people think. But it's frustrating, I think, that when you're talking about him as a human being and as an athlete and all the things that he's accomplished, it's frustrating that he can't get a driver, get a personal assistant, and do the things to kind of take some of that pressure off of him.
Right.
But I think from a mental standpoint, we talk about those scars and what makes him the way that he is. I think that's part of it. I don't know. I don't know the guys, what's hiding in the guy's closet. I honestly don't want to open that door.
Good point, yeah. Tell us how y'all feel in the MMO Facebook stream. Educate me.
It doesn't hurt my opinion of him as a golfer, though.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like Jim Brown wasn't a great guy either.
Yeah.
Best running back ever. Not a great guy. Babe Ruth, best baseball player of his era. Not a great guy. Barry Bonds, best baseball player of his era. Not a great guy, in my opinion. Anyway.
You're not letting their personal decisions define how their legacy in the sport was sort of seen.
Right.
Yeah.
Chewy, one of the best radio personalities of our time. Not a great guy. That's actually wrong. He is a good guy. If you don't know Chewy, I feel bad for you, but you can't get to know him now because you were either a friend prior to him hitting it big time and becoming famous, or now you just want to jump on a bandwagon and like be a part of his.
Listen, you gotta relax with that because people are gonna think we're serious. You know?
Well, I don't want. Listen, I got to protect you from all of these. What do they call it? The groupies. I got to protect you from the groupies.
That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest threat to my health right now is definitely groupies. It's not my own heart, but groupies. Yeah, but I do appreciate you, Joey Ram. Now
you know another Dr. Pepper. All right, the other guy that's checking into rehab for non Dr. Pepper related reasons is Puka Nakua.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what happened to him?
Puka Nakua. Oh, what happened to him? What didn't happen to him? The Rams wide receiver. So this is, and I'm trying to make light of it. We try and keep the show pretty light. It's not funny. Rehab is real. People go through things, and I'm not making light of what he's going through. But it did make me think. At what point do you realize that you might need a little bit of help? This guy has kind of blown past that.
Mm-hmm.
So it started with there were some videos that came out. He was like doing some touchdown celebrations and some dances and other things like that were called out as being like anti-Semitic. And then there just some weird stuff. It came out more recently that he like bit some girl and she was suing him. I don't know.
What is going on?
Just weird stuff. And I don't know if it's like the money, the fame, the pressure, the spotlight, all that type of stuff. Like I said, I'm worried about you, man. I'm worried about you.
So he's not in rehab for like his knee.
No, he's not in rehab. I think he is in more rehab for his. We call it rehab, but I think it's more like a mental health rehab type of situation.
In a psychiatric hospital. Got you.
But not 100% sure on that one. He's had some strange behaviors.
I got you.
As of late. Now, could there be substances related to some of that? Yeah, there could be, and that might be part of it. I don't know. You know how they are about some of that stuff. They keep it tight-lipped.
Well, I hope he feels better.
So, if I had to go to rehab for something, what do you think it would be for? Get me off the pre-workout?
It would be a cardiac rehab center where your heart starts like it would overload itself. Like you'd put yourself into like cardiac failure because of how much pre-workout you consume.
How do you come off of caffeine?
I guess you just cold turkey it, like nicotine.
So I was afraid you were going to say. So every week we do the show, and we're fueled by Loco Coffee. It's not a Loco Coffee problem. It's more the pre-workout. The Loco Coffee, the average cup of coffee has like 90 milligrams of caffeine in it. My pre-workout has like 3 or 4 times that, at the least.
And you're slamming this all day, It's funny to see you crave it though. Like you really do. You're like you're antsy for it.
So when I don't have it, I get these headaches now.
Yeah.
And I try not to have it because it's not good for me. But then I need it. I'm freaking addicted. I'm addicted to the caffeine.
Well, physiologically, not psychologically. So you have that advantage. Like you can acknowledge it. To be able to say that it's a problem is a win.
If you had to check into rehab, jump into the chat and tell us what you would be checking in for. And I don't want to hear your like actual. This is a therapy Thursday. We're being silly, all right? The show is ending. I don't need to actually know what you need to go to rehab for. I'm saying like if you're addicted to energy drinks, if you need to go to rehab because you're addicted to Dr. Pepper or something like that, something silly. I don't want to. We don't have the insurance for me to actually help you out with your problems. So silly answers only. If you, as we wrap up the show, if you had to check into rehab, what would it be for? What's your unhealthy obsession?
What is your unhealthy obsession? I like that. For today's therapy, for the ending of today's therapy, go home with that. What is your obsession? What can you conquer? I like that, Joey.
Brett Crabtree's unhealthy obsession is this show.
Hey, and we're happy to have him for it.
Yeah.
But it's not too unhealthy. We're like McDonald's. You shouldn't do it like, too much. But, every once in a while again,
There is, I mean, everything in moderation, right?
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one to edit on.
Meanwhile, I'm over here. I'm trying to figure out the number of different rehabs that Chewy needs to go into. I'm going to need to take out
the number of ones I've been to already.
I'm going to need to figure out something. I'm going to have to figure out a way to pay for all this.
Do you have pet insurance? You know?
Do they have rehab for coming off biscuits?
I think so. I think you can go to rehab for any reason, right? Now, it would be funny, though, in the circle, you're like, what are you addicted to? You're like, got here for biscuits, you know what I mean?
And I'm not trying to make fun of, like, AA. But what if it was like, what if Chewy went to AA for his biscuit eating problem? Biscuits Anonymous.
BA. Yeah, BA.
Dr. Pepper Anonymous. I bet there's a lot of listeners who are okay. Here's the other thing too. Now I know you're one of the ones on the other side of it. You're excited. You're happy about Mr. Pibb kind of taking over.
Oh yeah, I much prefer Mr. Pibb.
Katie's losing her mind because she can't find Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I've noticed in like some gas stations you got to go looking for it now.
Yeah,
I was shocked. Like that's the most gangster thing I've ever seen Coca-Cola do. It was like, oh, you don't want to work with us? Okay, we'll just replace your brand with the one that we've just been sitting on.
Yeah,
and then they did, and then it's like, you know how it's like a threat, but like it's like only halfway follows through with it. No, like Dr. Pepper is like, because you go to a sit-down restaurant now, if they've got Coke, you can forget about Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
so good point.
I need to start going around. So I never ask for soda. I need to start going to restaurants and asking, do you have Dr. Pepper?
And then, well, we got Mr. Pibb.
Yeah, I just want to start a tally.
Yeah. See how
many places have one versus the other.
Do 931 Go article on deep 931 investigations.
Dr. Pepper deep dive.
There you go. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Head over to 931go.com.
All right, did anybody give us their unhealthy addictions?
I don't think. Not that I. Oh, wait. I was going to go to rehab, but then I got... Never mind.
All right.
Okay.
It's close enough.
Tomorrow is Friday. It's the last day of spring break. I say we celebrate with... Let's do something a little fun.
Today's show was close enough. I think tomorrow I'm going to have Johnny cover for me. I think I'm going to go fishing.
Do it. That'll be fun.
Well, we got the Tim's Ford Bass Classic.
You got to be...
The big dog wants to go out and practice.
Yeah. Good point.
And I got to make sure that he practices not catching me tomorrow.
Yeah, bring a hard hat.
We got to get you out there. We get you to film some.
I am, dude. I cannot wait to see all those boats out there, dude. That's going to look so good.
All right. Well, for Chewy, I am Joe Abraham. Coming up next, it is Reliable Rentals Swap and Shop. Listen, not all the shows that we do can be a winner. Sometimes, yeah. So tune in tomorrow. ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Busy day? No time to feel sick? At Complete Express Care in Winchester, we know life moves fast. And so do we. With short wait times, skilled providers, and walk-in convenience, we make getting quality care easy. Whether it's the flu, a sprain, or a last-minute physical, we're here to help you get back to what matters most. Locally trusted, open daily, and ready to care for you. Complete Express Care, right here at 1211 Dinah Shore Boulevard in Winchester. Call 931-967-6669 today to learn more.
At Citizens Community Bank, we're here to make your banking easy and convenient. Whether you're visiting us in person at our main location at 1418 Dinah Shore Boulevard in Winchester, or others in Deckard and Huntland, or managing your money on the go with our secure mobile app, we've got you covered. Call us today at 931-967-3342. That's Citizens Community Bank, Equal Housing Lender Member FDIC, your trusted partner in banking for over 30 years.
Here's what's happening in Franklin County. The Southern Tennessee Ladies Society Scholarship Foundation cordially invites you to preview night of the 15th annual Tablescapes. The event will take place Monday evening, March 30th, from 5 to 7 p.m. at Winchester Cumberland Presbyterian Church, located at the corner of 2nd Avenue and High Street. Guests will enjoy viewing beautifully decorated themed dining tables created by the organization's talented members. Admission is $10 and includes complimentary hors d'oeuvres. All proceeds from the event support STLS scholarships benefiting students in Coffee, Franklin, Grundy, Lincoln, and Moore counties. All Franklin County government offices will be closed Friday, April 3rd, in observance of Good Friday, and will reopen Monday, April 6th at 8 a.m. Residents are encouraged to plan ahead for any county business that needs to be completed prior to the holiday closure. Coming up on Saturday, April 4th at 6 p.m., Oasis Steakhouse will host Her Fight is Our Fight, a special evening honoring breast cancer survivors and the warriors still fighting. Survivors are especially encouraged to attend and will be entered into a drawing for a special survivor gift basket as a celebration of their strength, courage, and resilience. The event will also feature a silent auction, raffles, and opportunities to share stories of hope and support. All proceeds will benefit the family of Crystal Johnson to help ease their financial burden during this difficult time.
In a small area like Franklin County, staying connected matters. Stay connected to your community with 931-GO and ESPN Radio Winchester.
And save, visit progressive.com.
We're not parsing words, hiding from the headlines,
Extra, read all about it.
or saving the best for later. I can't wait. It's time for The Lead.
Talk about burying the lead.
On ESPN Radio.
All right, DD, before we get again to the NBA, we got some NFL breaking news that just broke a little while ago this morning that quarterback Kirk Cousins is signing a contract with the Las Vegas Raiders ahead of the 2026 NFL Draft, where they hold the number 1 pick. They're poised to select Indiana's projected number 1 overall top prospect, quarterback Fernando Mendoza. This could be a bridge starter situation.
This is Swap and Shop, presented by Reliable Rental on ESPN Radio Winchester and 931go.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Swap and Shop, presented by our friends over there at Reliable Rental on ESPN Radio.